money spent in a 6-month period to pay a private security company to help the NOPD.
Well, with the city facing a financial crisis, the question is, can they afford it? Tonight, WDSU Investigates is tracking the money.
And investigator Travis Mackel joins us with new reaction from the city's top cop on the future of on-scene services.
A few months ago, New Orleans-based lawyer Blake Corey was involved in a car wreck at West End in Vets near Lakeview. His truck damaged. Who responded to your accident?
On-scene services. It's one of these trucks that I've seen. I see them frequently sitting at the Marconi Railroad underpass.
And Okuri left pleased with the performance of the private security outfit.
It took him maybe 7 minutes from the time of the call to get there. The process itself took 15 minutes. I had to fill out a statement. He took photos, handed me a ticket with the item number on it, and that was it.
On-Scene Services is a private security company created by lawyer Ethan Cheremy to respond to fender benders and traffic accidents in New Orleans. All employees are former law enforcement officers, and OSS, as it's known, charges the city $190 per call when they're dispatched by the NOPD. In May, WDSU Investigates first reported how some had concerns, questioning if the reports issued by OSS were valid.
They're essentially a glorified documentarian at this point when they respond to the scene of the accident.
Is that an insult, or how do you take a comment like that, someone saying that y'all are documentarians?
No, that's the essence of what we do, is we document. We are the neutral third party. We're there to service the public.
And with money top of mind inside City Hall amid a looming financial crisis, all payments to private companies like OSS have the attention of New Orleans' top cop.
That's up to the city to decide whether or not they want to continue the private contract. Do they provide a valuable service? Yes, they do. But when you own a business and it's a private enterprise, there's a big difference between that. You just don't go back to the government and say, I want more.
But that might be what happened here. The original contract between OSS and the city, 2 years, capped at $3 million. That ended last spring with OSS hitting that $3 million cap. And On-Scene Services confirms that in August, the City Council approved, and in September, the mayor signed a contract to pay On-Scene Services $1 million for the past 6 months. But it was backdated, and OSS says the $1 million only covered their work from March 1st, 2025 through September 1st of this year. Remember, the contract wasn't even signed by the mayor until mid-September. In a written statement, owner Ethan Cheremy tells WDSU Investigates the last contract covered approximately 5,000 response calls over 6 months, March through September, at $190 a call, plus a portion of an invoice that straddled the prior contract and the new one. Cheremy goes on to add, we recently executed a new 6-month contract beginning in September at the same terms of the one above. Approximately 5,000 call responses at the same rate over the 6-month period until March of 2026. It is working its way to the council in the normal procurement process. As a very efficient, effective, and successful program, we hope to expand the response quality and contract term length under the new council and Moreno administration in 2026. But the new contract hasn't officially been signed by the council or mayor, and with talk of cuts to NOPD officer overtime on the table, Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick says the city will be forced to make a tough decision.
I grew up in a family where my father was a private businessman. This is what you agreed to do the business for. So right now that's going to be between the city government and OSS. Are they a valuable service? Yeah, but they have to decide this is what you contracted for. Stay within your contract.
Cheremy claims OSS is doing exactly that. Adding their response time is 16 minutes to an accident, and they clear scenes in less than 50 minutes, saying, in 2024, our 10,000 call responses saved NOPD approximately 24,000 officer hours. This equates to an impact of almost 16 full-time officers. For each call handled by OSS, the NOPD saves almost 2.5 officer hours. We anticipate 2025's impact to be equivalent to 2024. How was your experience with on-scene services?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I've had experiences with NOPD in the past, and while they're professional, it's like 4 hours to get there.
Many drivers are getting used to seeing the white OSS vehicles across the city. It's now up to a new council and mayor to decide if they're here to stay. Reporting in New Orleans, I'm Travers Mackel, WDSU News.
Well, the NOPD has about 900 officers on the force, and they ideally should have over 1,200 officers.
On-scene services says by allowing them to handle traffic calls, it frees up officers to do real police work and handle major crimes and calls.